So the Nigerian tax system has seen significant updates this year, starting with the enactment of four major tax laws. And these tax laws are laws that do not just govern Nigerians, but Nigerians who have businesses and corporations, and Nigerians who intend, or foreigners who intend to do business in Nigeria. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering most of the frequently asked questions, especially concerns from my previous video on the Nigerian Tax Act 2025. Please, if you've not seen that video, you would need to see that video so that you appreciate what we'll be discussing today. We're going to be answering the frequently asked questions and questions that arose from that video in order to make everyone acquainted with these laws and prepare us for its implementation in 2026. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, please, I would like you to please subscribe to this channel, because you will be learning a whole lot by subscribing to this channel. And if you subscribe, you'll be the first person to get notifications when we post videos. And I would also encourage you to share this information to your loved ones that would benefit from the information in this video. Hello friends, welcome to Laws and Scriptures 360. So in today's video, we're going to be answering most of the frequently asked questions about the new Nigerian tax laws, especially the Nigerian Tax Act 2025, bill to take effect from January 2026. I did an extensive video that explained that particular enactment, and I also discussed its pros and cons. So if you've not seen that video, please go back to my previous video on the Nigerian Tax Act 2025, and you will get all the information you need concerning this particular enactment. But today we're going to be answering most of the frequently asked questions and questions that I got after that video. So don't go away. If I'm not able to cover all the questions today, I assure you that I will do a follow-up video to be able to cover those questions. So the first question is, will transfers and deposits into my bank account be taxed? Somebody asked if when making transfers out of his account or when receiving money into his account, if he is to pay certain tax as a result of this enactment. And the answer is no. Transfers and deposits into your bank account would not be taxed. What would be taxed is income earned. Income you earn, either your salaries or profits from your business and the rest. So if you make transfers or you receive money into your account, those income are not taxable under this act. So another person asked, will the money I keep in my bank account be taxed from 2026? And the answer is no. Under this act, deposits or savings made in your bank account are not taxable income. These are income that are already existing. So like I said earlier, the income that will be taxed under this act are income earned income, not money already saved in your account. So the money you have deposited in your account will remain the way it is. They are not going to be taxed under this act. Now, the next question is, will the money I keep in my bank account be taxed? Okay, sorry, that has been taken. Now, the next question is, I am a student with no job. Will I pay tax in 2026? And the answer is no. You won't be subjected to pay tax in 2026. So just having money in your account, like I said, is not taxable. So if you are not earning any income under this act, you will not be subjected to pay any form of tax just because you have money in your account. So the only income you earn, like salaries, like I said, business profits or interest, these are income that are earned, and these are taxable income. Now, in my previous video, I talked about I talked about a lot of people are worried about the kind of business they registered, because under this act there are some tax exemptions for companies with a certain amount of turnover, and these tax exemptions are not applicable to business names like enterprises, people who registered business names or enterprise, like like you call it. So I also explained why it is so. So it would be nice for you to go back to that video and listen to that video, so that you would appreciate why it is necessary to actually register a limited liability company, because you would enjoy some tax exemptions from 2026 depending on the amount of your turnover. The next question is okay, I've answered the question of if you're a student with no job and if you are going to be subjected to pay tax. Like I said, no. If you have no taxable income, there won't be any need, because the income that is taxed are income that emanate from your earnings, like your salaries, your business profits or interest. So if you're a student and you're not doing anything, then no, there's no need, there's no cause for alarm. Now, the next question is, will tax authorities monitor bank accounts of businesses more closely? Yes, that's actually the reason why these tax laws were enacted. The reason why these tax laws were enacted, or why these tax laws are enacted, rather, not were, are enacted, is actually because the government wants to properly enforce tax compliance. The government wants to properly enforce tax compliance, and that is why these tax laws were enacted and narrowed down, made it so easy for compliance to be effected. So about the question of having or um, having your bank accounts of your business monitored closely, the answer is yes. The tax authorities will now monitor the bank account of your businesses, and it would actually be easier for these authorities to track compliance. So if you have actually been defaulting in tax payments in 2026, you might not escape it. I mean, for businesses, you might not escape it. Now, but your bank balance will not be taxed. I hope you know. Like I said, your bank balance will not be taxed. If you already have money in your account saving, those that money will remain the way they are. They will not be taxed. And I don't know what number I've answered, but I think that was my sixth question. So I'm going to be asking the seventh one. I'm going to be handling 10 questions today by the grace of God. And then in my next video, I would take more questions. So now, this question, number 7 question is, will I pay tax on the loan I borrow from Fair Money or any of these money lenders? The answer is no. You are not subjected to pay tax under these laws. So loans are not necessarily earnings, so to say. So they are not taxable under this act. So you are not going to be subjected to pay loans. However, now what is taxable, like I said, are income earned, and that will now be the interest on those loans. The interest on those loans will be taxable. So it invariably means that the person who is taking the loan may not be subject to pay tax, but the person who gives the loan, as a result of the interest chargeable on those loans, that person will be subject to pay tax under these laws. I want to believe that that part is understood. Now, the 8th question is, I'm a pensioner Will my pension income be taxed in 2026? This person is asking, as a pensioner, will his pension income be taxed in 2026? The answer is no. Now, approved pensions and retirement benefits are one of the earned incomes that are exempted from tax. Pensions and I know that pensions are earnings actually, but under these tax laws now, especially the Nigerian Tax Act, these income are now exempted from tax. So retirees are not subject to pay tax from their retirement benefits or from their pension. They are exempted from tax. Now, I think this is the last question, if I'm not mistaken. The question is, are military salaries taxable? The answer is no. Salaries of military officers are also part of the income earned that are exempted from tax under these laws. Salaries of military officers and pensions. These are actually earned incomes, but they are not taxable under this act. They enjoy tax exemption. Remember in my previous video, when I was talking about the benefits of the Nigerian Tax Act, I talked about tax exemptions for certain categories of companies and personal income tax, and types of businesses that will be enjoying tax exemptions. So just in case you own any of those businesses, you may need to go back and see that video to know what you stand to gain, so that nobody will take advantage of you in 2026 and compel you to pay taxes that you are not expected to pay. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope we have learned a lot actually. I also would like you to, I also would like to appreciate you for giving me your time and for having me. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.